This is from at Sonic Anim, Anthony Stevens. DotEmu announcements of sequels to Windjammers, Streets of Rage, and Wonder Boy / Monster Boy. And thoughts on these older game revivals. Perhaps, please? Please? Perhaps?
So I think it's great. I mean, we'll see, exactly what the quality's like. I have my fingers crossed on Windjammers 2. I'm very excited, but also cautious just because Windjammers hit a very odd sweet spot, and I'm almost afraid what will happen if they try to make it any more complex.
Plus, I mean, do we need more of a Windjammer experience after the first one?
Well, I mean, Windjammers is crazy popular right now, like insanely popular. They had 178 entrants in the Evo tournament.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So it sort of got into the fighting scene a little bit.
Oh yeah. So I've been paying attention to it because I play Windjammers a lot on the PS4.
I've told you my Windjammer story.
Yes. Windjammers has become incredibly popular again over the past few years. Lots of tournaments for it. Lots of people playing it. Big representation at Evo. And so there's now a sequel coming out. And I think it's great to see a game come back into the limelight, get a lot of support, and is now getting a sequel. As we talked about earlier in the show, Streets of Rage, beat-em-ups have been very popular lately. There have been rumors, people talking about Streets of Rage for quite some time, and now it's getting part 4. Wonder Boy, Monster Boy, those games have always had a cult following. Wonder Boy and Dragon's Trap got its release on the Switch and the PS4. It was a fantastic port, basically just with wonderful graphic shine over it. So I think it's getting there's a Wonder Boy and there's a new Wonder Boy and Monster World coming out. So it's fantastic to see all of this. My only concern is when it's all being done under one publisher and then potentially by a bunch of the same developers, you run the risk of things looking the same, feeling the same, or being too samey. So if you don't like how the game feels, if you don't like how one game feels, say the movement or something like that, you run the risk of it transferring across. It's similar. My only concern is, for instance, Way Forward was a company that was responsible for lots of 2D revitalized games a while back.
Have you played that DuckTales Remastered?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
I did. We talked about it. We had a whole segment on it. Yeah, but we did. We talked about it.
It's memories, Ian.
But DuckTales, Aliens, they did Adventure Time, they did all this stuff, and it was great to see all these properties either get get either revitalized or get games done in an old style. But if you didn't like one Way Forward game, chances are you weren't going to like any of them. These games are all in a different style, but do you see what I'm saying? If you consolidate it all under one house or one name, you run the risk of, if one's not good, maybe they're not all going to be.
Do you run a risk of burnout on some of these properties?
Well, Streets of Rage, it's one property. Wonder Boy, different type of game. Windjammers, different type of game. So I don't think you run the risk of burnout.
Well, I mean, they're picking these games that had either they're gone for 30 years like Streets of Rage or 20 years. Windjammers, which was such a niche cult game. Wonder Boy, yeah, that wasn't really popular in the U.S. that much, but I guess Europe probably better. Japan. So
beat 'em ups are big right now. Mm-hmm. Exploration style platform adventures are always huge. So Wonder Boy and Wonder Boy / Monster Boy don't need to worry. And Windjammers is hotter than it's probably ever been.
Then they strike while the iron's hot with a sequel. I just don't know if that's diminishing returns on a game like that for a sequel.
Right now, I don't think so. Like I said, it just had a big year at Evo. It's competitive again. I think
again, was there Neo Geo tournaments in the 90s of that?
Well, I mean, if there wasn't, then the fact that it's competitive says a lot.
Oh no, I when I played it, it's a reason a semi-popular YouTuber won't talk anymore because I humiliated him. But playing it, but it's fine, it's fun.